Yes. No, other way. Okay.
Like this?
I said turn your book sideways and do it.
Hamburger.
All right. So we just want to quickly talk about the differences between reflections and translations. And it's nice to have everything on one page because we have a quiz tomorrow. Okay. So when we're doing translations, what is a translation?
You slide.
You slide. So translation means to slide. Reflection means to flip. Okay? So translation is slide, reflection is flip. Tomorrow. Alright, when we do translations, what can happen to my X? It can only go two directions. Good. Left or right. Your X doesn't go up or down, it only goes left or right. Okay? The left means you're doing what to your number? Adding or subtracting?
Adding.
Left, subtract.
Oh yeah, subtracting. Yeah.
Think about your number line, it's subtract. When you go to the right, you are adding. Okay? So your X is left and right. What do you think your Y does?
Up and down.
Up and down. What direction? Sorry, if you're going up, what are you doing to your number?
Adding.
Adding. And if you go down,
Subtracting.
Okay? Again, I know you probably know this, but when we combine all of the translations or the transformations, it gets a little bit confusing. Okay? All right. Draw a quadrant. A coordinate grid. Sorry, not a quadrant. A coordinate grid. Okay? In the first quadrant, draw triangle ABC. And then I want you to draw the translation in the third quadrant. A prime, B prime, C prime. All right, why is this a translation?
Because you just
I just moved it. Okay, when I just move a shape, does it change shapes?
No.
No. Does it change sizes?
No.
No. So it's congruent. And congruent means same shape, same size. So it's like you are standing somewhere and you moved 3 steps to the right. You didn't get taller, you didn't get shorter, you didn't lose weight, you didn't gain weight, you just moved locations. So in a translation, the shapes are congruent. Okay? The orientation is the other part. Does anybody remember what orientation means?
Order.
The order. Okay? So look at your letters. A, B, C. Over here, is it still A, B, C?
Yes.
Yes. So your orientation is the same. Orientation stays the same. Arsene, okay?
Yes.
Okay. The other thing that you might see, you will see, because I've seen the quiz, is make sure you know that image goes on top. Image is the new. The pre-image is the original. Okay, that's why we did that warm-up with that wording. Okay. There we go. All right, everybody good with translations? Yes. Okay, reflections is what we did yesterday. When we flip, what can it flip over?
The shape. The Y and that.
Yes. So if I flip over the x-axis, what happens to my x?
It stays the same.
So if you flip over x, x stays the same. When you flip over x, what do you think happens to your y?
It flips. Y.
It's the opposite. So if it's 2, it becomes -2. So y becomes the opposite. So whatever you flip over, that's the thing that stays the same. So what's the other thing I can flip over?
The y-axis.
The y-axis. When I flip over the y, what happens?
Y stays the same, x changes.
X changes. I'm going to put opposite, sorry. And the y does what?
Same.
It's the same. Flipping over the x is like, whoops. Flipping over the x is this. Don't judge my artistry there. Flipping over the y is like this. So make sure you know the difference between x and y. A word that you will probably see is line of symmetry. All that means is the axis. When you see that, just know it means the axis. If it says the line of symmetry is x, that just means the axis is x. Okay? Alright, last thing, draw one more coordinate grid. In quadrant 2, draw triangle ABC. I'm going to reflect it over the y. So I have another triangle. What's the top point going to be? A prime. Okay? The one that's closest to the edge here, what's that going to be called? B prime. And then the edge is C prime. Do I still have triangles?
Yes.
Yes. So they're the same shape. Are they the same size?
Yes.
Don't look at my picture, but yes. So they are congruent, which means same shape and same size. But now look at the orientation. On the original, what's the order?
ABC.
A, B, C. On the reflection, what's the order? A, C, B. So did they stay in order?
No.
No. So that means the orientation changes. And that's just like when you look in the reflection in the mirror. If you raise your right, it looks like you're raising your left. Okay? So these are the only things that will be on the quiz. Okay? So if you know all of this stuff, you should be perfectly fine for tomorrow's quiz. It is open notes, and you have kind of all your cheat sheet stuff right here in one place.